Today episode of Entrepreneur Post, we're going to be talking about legendary rapper from the streets of Jamaica, Queens to now a business mogul. He transformed himself from a hit-making rapper into now a powerhouse businessman. And beyond the music, he built a multi-million-dollar empire through ventures in television, liquor, fashion, and smart investments, proving his hustle go beyond the mic. And I'm talking about none other than Mr. Curtis Jackson, aka 50 Cent. Go shorty, it's your birthday. We gonna party like it's your birthday. So we definitely gonna be giving 50 Cent his entrepreneurial flowers, man, today on this episode. Let y'all know that he does have a pulse in the field of entrepreneurship. So make sure y'all tap into this episode, man, because this is gonna be a live one. Yup. Welcome to another episode of Entrepreneur Post. This is the place where we give unrecognizable, successful entrepreneurs their flowers and let you know they do have a pulse in the field of entrepreneurship. So we definitely gonna have a great episode today. So thank you for tuning in today. But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you get notified when a new episode drop on this channel. And make sure you invest in hitting that like button. It costs you zero, costs you nothing to invest in hitting that like button, guys. So make sure you hit on that. And also, if you haven't already seen the last two episodes about Chameleonaire and about Nas, definitely go and check both of those episodes out. Very good episodes. So you definitely want to tap into those. And also, if you haven't already, go and check out our entrepreneurial conversation shows. That's our other podcast that we have, man, just giving entrepreneurs that's new to entrepreneurship or thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, or you at the early stages of entrepreneurship, just giving you some advice, giving you some tools and what have you. So definitely go and check those out. That's entrepreneurial conversations, definitely hot ones. But before I get started, I just want to just in case if you have this question, I know it might come up and what have you. I know people probably going to be like, why is he giving flowers to already successful people? Only reason I'm giving flowers to the people that's successful is because they're not recognized as being entrepreneurs. They may be recognized in being successful rappers or whatever they was doing before they became entrepreneurs. So I want to give them their flowers, especially if it's somebody that you look up to, somebody that you follow, somebody that you inspired by. I want to show you and let you know this is what they doing. So hopefully if you want to become an entrepreneur, this can inspire you and let you know, hey, you can also, if you're doing something right here in life, you're not an entrepreneur yet, you can move and you can also be a successful entrepreneur. It don't matter where you start at. It's about when you begin and how you become successful and what have you. So just let you know if this, like I said, if this your favorite person or somebody you follow, somebody you inspired by, just let you know that they are successful and they do have a pulse in the field of entrepreneurship. What have you. But today, like I said, man, we're going to be giving flowers to 50 Cent. So, 50 Cent, he was born in Jamaica, Queens, right? He signed his first deal back in 1999 with Columbia Records with the album Power of Dollar back in, I don't think, with 2000, but the album was never released due to an unfortunate situation that 50 Cent was involved in, which led to Columbia Records canceling the album, then afterwards releasing him from the record label. But after that, he was discovered by Eminem through a mixtape that was passed to Eminem, which Eminem passed it down to Dr. Dre and let him listen to it, which led to Dr. Dre signing 50 Cent to Aftermath Records. So that was a very big signing because if you know back then, this is before his album even dropped, 50 Cent was the hottest thing around. Everybody was wondering, especially everybody trying to get 50 Cent on their label, but Aftermath ended up getting him and what have you. He also had that song out called How to Rob, basically before the word trolling came to exist, and 50 Cent had the like one of the first trolling songs called "How to Ride," which he had majority all the rappers that were big around that time talking about how he gonna rob him and what have you. It was just something that trolling helped him get his foot in the door and what have you. So after he signed with Aftermath, he ended up releasing an album back in 2003 called "Get Rich or Die Trying." If you know, like I know, that album ended up selling well over 12 million albums worldwide, which is sold certified 9 million here in the States, which went 9 times platinum. Let me say it again, 9 times platinum. But like I said, around that time, Get Rich or Die Trying, everybody was listening to the album. Everybody. It had hits like In the Club, 21 Questions, what have you, Candy Shop. It had, I think it was Candy Shop. I don't know if Candy Shop was on there, but I know Many Man was on there. So that album was one of the albums everybody was listening to. And I think it had Wankster on there too. So it had hits on that album. So then his second album that he dropped called The Massacre also received significant commercial success, but not like the success that In the Club, not In the Club, but Get Rich Die Trying did. But it did have successful commercial success and what have you, right? So 50 Cent, he went on and created the G Unit brand, G Unit Records, which, we're going to get into that when we start talking about his entrepreneur ventures and what have you. So he ended up getting G Unit Records and start signing people, his buddies that he grew up with, people that he was around and what have you. Lloyd Banks, Lloyd Banks, Tony Yayo, to Young Buck, which Young Buck didn't grow up around him. Young Buck is from Tennessee and what have you. Then he ended up signing the game and what have you. So then I think he had Olivia too. So he had G Unit Records and he did, and G Unit Records is still up and running. He's doing his thing with that. But we're gonna get more into that when we get into the his entrepreneur ventures and what have you. So 50 Cent, he went on to win a Grammy, went on to win awards and what have you. So he had multiple awards, which is including the Grammy, numerous Billboard Music Awards, American Music Awards and what have you. He also is a big time producer of shows. Like I said, we're gonna get into that and what have you. So that was a little bit of 50 Cent, just giving y'all a rundown, just in case you didn't know who 50 Cent was and what he did before he became a successful entrepreneur. Was a backstory on 50 Cent. I like to give you a backstory from just because it's important to know where a person started at and where they are now, or where a person came from to where they are now. It's very important to understand that, just in case that person you are influenced by, that person inspire you, you can see where they started at and to where they are now, or just in case if you like topics like this and you're tuning in and you don't know who this person is, you would get a rundown, you get an understanding so you can be able to tie everything together. So now moving on to 50 Cent entrepreneurial ventures and what have you, investments. So starting back in 2003, 50 Cent, he ended up launching the G Unit Records. Might as well say G Unit brand, because within this brand, underneath this brand, he ended up launching G Unit Records. He ended up launching G Unit Clothing. He ended up launching G Unit Publishing and what have you, right? Which we know G Unit Records. He ended up signing likes of Tony Yayo, Young Buck, Lloyd Banks, Olivia, The Game, and so on. And also, launched the G Unit Clothing with the help of Mark Echo, who helped him develop the designs and what have you, which we all know Mark Echo, he's known for the clothing line, which is his name, Mark Echo. So within this G Unit Clothing brand, he also, 50 Cent, had the G Unit shoes, which I think he had a deal with Reebok. I could be wrong. He also had the G Unit tank top, G Unit headbands, and other G Unit accessories. Which with all this, and as far as his publishing, he had books out. You probably can find his books on Amazon Fire, and I think I read one on auto read one on Spotify. So I'm pretty sure you can find some of his books on Spotify too, right? So with all this business endeavors going on within the G Unit brand, he was over time he was able to generate $100 million within this G Unit brand over time and what have you. So moving on, he ended up tapping into the film industry, creating G Unit Films, which later on he expanded to G Unit Films and Television Inc. And through this film company, he was able to produce shows on Stars, which we all know today, which he first started with was Power. Well, you know, everybody loved Power. So by just the notoriety Power got, he was able to create spin-offs to go along with the show. Then later on down the line, he was end up getting the rights to BMF story. So he ended up creating the BMF TV show. So once he left Stars, 50 Cent signed a non-exclusive multi-project broadcasting deal with Fox back in February 23. And from there, he had developed scripted dramas, live action comedies, and also animated series. And if you know, he also had a show that I think it came on Channel 6. I forgot what it was called. It was about a guy, real life guy that was locked up in prison. He ended up becoming his own lawyer to get himself out of prison. It's a very good show. So you can Google it, and if you find it, go and check out the episodes, even though it's not on no more. But it's a very great show, so definitely go and check it out. So on from there, he ended up launching back in April 18 in 2004. He ended up launching G Unit Studios, which was formerly known as Millennium Studios in Shreveport. Hopefully, I'm saying it wrong. Saying it right. Shreveport, Louisiana. So by G Unit Studios obtaining this lease, G Unit in the city signed a 30-year contract at $2,400 per year, $2,400 per year, which is an option to extend for 15 years, right? So his film company, you know, generate over 20 million annually. So he definitely making his mark he made his mark within the music industry with the G Unit Records, G Unit Clothing, G Unit Publishing. Now he tapped into the filming industry with G Unit Films. So 50 Cent, he really has took it to another level to the point where he's definitely setting himself up for long-term wealth. Very, very, very smart. So moving on, his one of his biggest best known investment financial moves that he made of all times was investing in Vitamin Water, which his parent company known as I think it's called Glasso. So that is the parent company that owned Vitamin Water, which 50 Cent, I think he had a 10% stake within the company, right? So this came about with a test trial run with the 2004 Reebok commercial that led to this 10% stake into this endorsement deal, which he negotiated through Glasso, right? So once Glasso was bought out, acquired by Coca-Cola for back in 2007 for $4.1 billion. 50 Cent reportedly made $100 million from this sale, right? This is very smart, right? $100 million. He owned 10% stake into this company, which he was able to get this endorsement deal through a test run of Reebok, right? So, like I said, when you set yourself up for opportunity, other opportunities can happen for you, right? Which he probably didn't know he probably didn't know that was going to happen. So for him to be able to gain that through um another thing that he did for somebody was very big for 50 Cent, that led to $100 million payout that was pre-tax, right? So he made this by acquiring employee stock options to boost his equity. So that was a very smart move on 50 Cent part, right? So I'm gonna read you something that 50 Cent said about this Vitamin Water investment that he did, because this is something that he said he learned from this deal alone. He learned the power of long-term thinking in business, which is very, very important. See, when you can learn um, from business deals, learn from investments, this is going to help set you up for big time other investments down the line, right? So 50 Cent said, with the vitamin water thing, I didn't need the money, 50 Cent shared. When companies approach artists to be part of marketing, it's just that they've reached a financial level where they can commit that marketing and it moved their company to the next, and I'll move it move their, he said, commit their marketing and it moved their company to the next level, the notoriety and everything that connects to it. So they make the deal, right? Then he also said he went on to emphasize the importance of thinking long term in business, highlighting how his investments helped him make a substantial profit with Glasso vitamin water parent company, sold to Coca Cola in May 2007. So, like I said, by 50 Cent making that deal, getting 10% stake, and also choosing acquiring the employee stock option. This was a very smart move on his part to lead to $100 million pre-tax payout for him. So moving on, now 50 Cent on his entrepreneur journey, he tapped into the liquor industry, which back in 2014 he partnered with Effin Vodka. So everybody within that 2014 to 2027, we all seen 50 Cent, promoting the effing vodka. If you was in the clubs, if you seen commercials, what have you, you seen effing vodka, which 50 Cent partnered with them back in 2014. But by mid July 2017, 50 Cent cashed out his stake that earned him 60 million. So far, he already gained 100 million from the acquisition that Coca-Cola buying the vitamin water, right? So now in 2017, he got him another payout, which was 60 million. So 50 Cent, he's looking good so far in entrepreneurship. He's making smart investments in the payouts that he's receiving. This is not small change. This is big time. $100 million payout. Now he got a $60 million payout. So moving on, he then in turn he end up creating his own beverage company, which is called Sire Spirits. That is a luxury beverage company offering premium Brunson cognac and Lee Chim Du Wai champagne. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. Lee Chim Du Wai champagne, which he have several deals with major league teams, which the teams are Houston Rockets, Houston Astros, Houston Texas, Indiana Pacers, Sacramento Kings, Minnesota T Wolves, and also Vegas Golden Knights. So with this brand, that beverage brand company that he has, he earns between 10 to 15 million annually. So really, he's looking good, from his G Unit brand. Over time, he ended up making $100 million over time with that brand, which then his G Unit Films company is making 20 million annually. Then he had $100 million payout with the vitamin water deal. Also had a $60 million payout when he ended up cashing out his stake with effing vodka. Now with his Sire Spirits, he's earning 10 to 15 million annually. So 50 Cent right now, for his entrepreneurship ventures and what have you, he's looking good. And don't get me wrong, yes, he had other ventures which I would name that he might not have so much success in, but by him still moving forward and not letting that stop him, he was able to continue to build on his entrepreneurial journey. His portfolio, might as well say, he was still able to build on his entrepreneurial portfolio, right? So back in 2024, December the 27, 2024 to January the 4th, 2025, he ended up getting a Vegas Vegas residency title, 50 Cent in the Club, with 6 exclusive shows at Planet Hollywood, right? So this allowed him to earn $15 million in revenue. So 6 shows for $15 million and earn $15 million. That was a good move for 50. So 50, he still staying active, even though he's on his entrepreneur journey. He's still staying active within the music industry, using his well-known songs to be able to set himself up to make money. So 6 shows for 15 million. Hey, you can't beat that. So his other entrepreneur ventures that he had was SMS Audio, Cheetah Vision, SK Energy Drink, video games, SMS Boxing Promotion Company, right? So 50 Cent, all in all, on his entrepreneur journey, he had entrepreneur ventures that may not went as well, but he also have entrepreneurial ventures that he definitely had major payouts on, or he have active entrepreneurial ventures that he have active as of right now that he's earning a lot of money from. So all in all, man, 50 Cent, man, through his investment, his entrepreneurial journeys, his net worth is reportedly between 60 to 65 million dollars. So right now, man, 50 Cent, he's looking good. Definitely once he get that G Unit Studios up and running, it's no limit from there, guys. You're going to see a lot of 50 Cent shows, TV shows, movies, and what have you. So that's how you do it as an entrepreneur, man. Whatever you do as an entrepreneur, wherever you choose, make sure you setting yourself up for other successful deals or other entrepreneurial ventures that you plan on getting into when it comes to entrepreneurship and what have you. So thank y'all guys for tapping in. That is the show for today, and letting y'all know that 50 Cent does have a pulse in the field of entrepreneurship, guys. Thank y'all. Yep.